Welcome to the Golden Feather. Grab a pint, a plate, pick your seats. Your hosts, Virtek and Chibi Bree, are back from their latest adventure.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode with the Golden Feather. Today we have Makinoji on with us after, about 6 months?
Yeah, give or take.
Give or take. Hey Woodchip, welcome in. Our podcast is called Sounds Amazing because we're going to be talking about Maki's newest videos as well as covering some amazing community creations. So hope you guys enjoy. And Maki, speaking of, what have you been up to?
So I've been up to staying inside with the
Makes
COVID,
sense.
staying safe, washing my hands. Everybody wash your hands. As far as content, I started working on a couple new projects. Kind of fell off for a little bit because you kind of chug along for a while. Chibi, you know this. We've been chugging along for almost 2-3 years, maybe.
3 years? Yeah.
The
Give or
OGs,
take.
they're still, going, chugging along. But I had cobwebs for a little bit where I was just like, yeah, I don't have anything. I don't feel inspiration. But recently, those wheels have started turning again, and I've got a couple projects that I'm working on. So I released one a couple days ago that is going to be part of ongoing adventure.
Ooh, exciting.
Nice. Yeah, I saw that one, the Sanctus.
Yeah. That was actually a spur of inspiration thanks to Sim and his round table that he's been having. It just got the lore juices flowing, and I'm like, okay, let me sit down, let me gather some stuff about Sanctus, and that video came from that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really cool. I really liked the stolen power theory.
Definitely. I'm still scouring the forums, like even the archived forums, to see if anyone had any other theories about Sanctus, and then you guys sent me that tidbit earlier, so that was
Oh, the comment on the video, or you mean the other forum post?
The forum post.
Oh,
Okay, because I know I commented on the video. I was like, yeah, I like the stolen power thing, and I really think it'd be a really nifty concept if they actually did, pull their power from prayers and such like that from the populace out in the world. Because imagine coming back to a planet with gods starved for power, literally starving for power because nobody's really worshiping them anymore.
Right.
yeah.
Right.
And they would start quite literally like vying for all these new worshippers, like, come on, me. You choose me as your god, and I will give you good luck at least for the first 2 hours of the day. You're going to find riches in the world.
Yeah, definitely. We could go on for that. So we could go on forever with that. So I'll let.
No, it's all good. Our first part is mainly talking about things you've been up to. So, I actually was wondering, is it okay if I go ahead and show off the video?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Let me grab that real quick. I'm just gonna go to like a little portion of it somewhere.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna do maybe like about a minute or so of it in the beginning, just to show you guys a little bit about what he's got. You guys have to go watch the rest though. So while I'm doing that,
Teaser.
Yeah, just a little bit of a teaser. Let me just throw this into studio mode real quick just to make sure. Okay.
Make sure it's all coming in good.
Yeah, I just want to make sure it looks good.
Signal is 4x4.
Gonna take some coffee.
Oh, I'm jealous. I want coffee.
Hey, I've got coffee brewing in the fridge for you, mister. I made sure to get that going for you.
Hoo-ha.
Alright, so no problem. Here we are. I'm going to go ahead and transition this over. Hopefully you guys can hear it. I'm not seeing. Okay, hold on. I'm not seeing the sound coming through. So, coffee. Yes, the coffee. Virtek is a coffee hound. I always have to make sure he has coffee in him. So, yes, the coffee hound.
Coffee.
Okay, let me fix the background audio. Okay, cancel. Okay, so sorry. Why don't you fill the air while I fix this?
So by the way, I'm coming to you live from Vera.
Yes.
If you can see my background.
You guys have no idea the audio issues we had to go through to make that happen.
There we go.
Just saying.
I'm in front of this beautiful fountain.
Fountain is glorious.
This Ayla Humans Metro, I believe.
Sounds about right. Looks about right, I should say. Got a whole lot of stuff hidden up back there in the mist.
Yeah. We had to go through great lengths to connect this.
I almost called it smog, but I don't think there's, machines that would put out smog at that point. Maybe
a power.
Maybe smoke from fires.
But
maybe all the burning bodies.
There you go.
All the heretics.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, we are talking about a medieval style game. It wouldn't be out of the question.
Fair enough.
That's true.
Fair
That's
enough.
very true. Okay,
So,
I'm not sure if you're able to hear this.
All right, let me tell you. If it's there, it's very quiet. That's our background.
That's our background music. Okay. Well, goodness.
Well, that's a snippet. They don't really need to see them.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I don't know. I'm adding desktop sound, but it's not coming through to audio mixer, and I don't know why. So thanks, OBS. You're amazing as always.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom. But that being said, he also has this one that we were gonna cover for Fan Friday, the Ayla Humans racial history. You guys should check that one out too. Pretty exciting.
Yeah, I know you posted about one, and I ended up listening through that. The I guess you said your first major project or your first ambitious project you jumped on, like a chapter of audiobook.
Yeah.
Favorite line out of that was and at that time then his stomach awoke and demanded attention.
Yeah.
Story of my life.
You can find that story, the whole story. There's like 5 or 6 entries of that on the archived forums underneath the community creations. Or you can watch my old videos and just follow along. But to touch on that, that was actually, I don't know if you remember Rain, the guild called Rain.
Yeah.
They actually built part of their guild around that story. Oh. So when Mr. Butler, who brought that fan fiction to me, I was like super inspired. This was early on. This was about almost 2 years ago. We had no lore. We had nothing. We only knew about the Exodus, and that was it.
Yeah.
And he took it and he ran with it. Amazing writing. And I ended up finding just some freelance artists and voice actors on Reddit. And they helped out. It was amazing, but it ended up being a little too ambitious for us because we had schedules, and people won't do something for free, and I understand that. So it became an issue also of funding, and there wasn't an audience at the time for this, so it just fell off. But then I was sad because it was really, really fun to be part of that project. But then Rain, the guild Rain, they dissolved, and I still keep in touch with the writer, Mr. Butler, but he did two more chapters after that, and he actually included me in one of the chapters, or my avatar in the chapter, and it was amazing to give my ideas about my character's backstory to him, and he just ran with it. So
Nice.
people do things for free, Z. Yes, Z, but if you want quality, people will want compensation, and I'm a big supporter of people getting paid for their work. I would never ask anyone to like do a huge project and pay for it.
Yeah, Z did a high quality voiceover for us, actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can back that.
So found at the beginning of the YouTube video with when she joined us last.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Speaking of YouTube video, I just wanted to let those of you watching know that as of this moment on Saturday the 25th, the last video that we just did with Seymour didn't want to upload, so I have to re-upload it. It was being mean to me, so.
No, she has trouble getting the O. It's a U, but it's pronounced with an O.
Yeah, so I had to stop and like remind myself it's not Simurg, it's Seymour.
I just call him Sim.
Yeah, that's fair.
I say Sim,
Cheater.
or I even say Simurg, and he'll correct me. I'm like, whatever. Because we have that issue. People butcher his name, they butcher my name. So just give me a shortened shortened name.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's okay. It's funny. The creature that he's actually named after is actually a fairly vicious, like looking amalgamation sphinx type creature.
Mm-hmm.
But played this mobile game called Dragalia Lost, and there's a creature in there called Simurg as well. But it's all like rainbows and feathers everywhere. And I was like, oh, there we go. I found your creature.
Well, you have
no.
Once you play PvP with Sim, then that description of vicious is very, very fitting, honestly. Hilarious. I mean, he's a character, I'll say that much.
Yeah. I also wanted to just remind those of you watching, if you are wondering where the new cosmetics are, Ashes has been refraining from creating new cosmetics due to the whole COVID-19 situation. And so we will be waiting for updates next week, possibly, to see if they're either continuing with holding over the cosmetics or if they have something else planned. I'm kind of interested.
Better things to spend your money on right now.
Yeah. Kind of interested in seeing what the freeholds are looking like, and also as we go into May, I'm hoping that COVID has not at all interfered with the timeline they had mapped out for us as far as testing the pre-alpha, well, alpha 1, but I'm calling it pre-alpha 1 testing before the NDA is released.
QA stuff. Yeah.
The QA, yeah. So, hey Lally, welcome in. Glad you could join us.
Hello there.
What are you guys hoping to see for the next cosmetic pack?
Oh man, see, I was so far off on this one though. I was hoping something green, like not necessarily like St. Patrick's Day oriented, but spring maybe more oriented, and we got death things, so I was way off.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, how befitting. They drop that themed, and then we all go into lockdown over COVID.
Oh man.
Yep.
Like. Okay, and it's funny because you have that, but then you have other games who released disease-themed cosmetics and just weird stuff.
The timing was crazy.
The timing
just saying.
Was perfect.
I'm gonna proudly ride my Corona pony around town all day and all night.
That should definitely be not the whole theme, but that should be part of the theme. I think next cosmetics is some type of like ailment.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm still waiting on. There was one cosmetic pack that I really, really, really wanted, and just the paychecks didn't line up quite right because I think it was a short one. I think they only had it up for 3 weeks instead of 4 or 5 or 6 like some of them have been.
Yeah.
But it was in early last year, but it was like a Shining Knight set. There was like a lion and like super like brilliant silver armor sets and like a shield, and
they had the cathedral thingy.
I think so. I think it had something like that. Yeah.
Paladin-esque.
Yeah, it was very Paladin-esque, and I was like, I want that for my glorious like good guy Paladin character that I want to create. That'll be amazing right there. And I got it. I just wasn't able to get it, and it made me sad. So I want them to go back to doing one more similar to that.
More Paladin
I was surprised that they didn't do that for these last couple weeks, where they would just switch out for an older pack and bring those older packs back for like a limited time. It's like, hey, here's this, and then maybe 1 week after, like, hey, here's this pack in case you missed it. That would have been.
I was really hoping for something like that too, but I have a feeling that people would not let them live it down if they did something like that. Like, you said it would never be available again. I ate mac and cheese for a week so I could get that on time.
If you're eating mac and cheese to buy cosmetics.
Yeah, there's something wrong. Yeah. You need to readjust your priorities. That's why I don't have those that I missed. But yeah, I could see some people actually legitimately getting a little upset because may not have put them into mac and cheese territory, but at least into I could have used that money elsewhere and seen all the cosmetics for a year and decided upon them at that point.
Yeah.
But I mean, those are some interesting packs to just like not make a reappearance.
I agree. There's some of them, like, I've been saying this for I think about a year now, that there's some of them where I've seen them like actually like put into like a game perspective where they've fleshed them out into like a mount, and I'm like, oh my god, I would have gotten that if I realized it was going to be that cute. Like,
but no.
Yeah. So. But it goes back to their pipeline and how much they want to put out for people and the time it's going to take for them to do all this. So,
at the very least, I think they should do a reskin of some of the more popular ones. Because that's what they said they're going to have anyway, is reskins in the game from some of the cosmetics. So if you just took, like, oh, this creature is really popular, but, like, when they reskinned the bear, for example, like, I was expecting or hoping to see spring-themed, like I was mentioning, like how they had in the previous live streams with the bear with, like, the growth on the back and the cat with the growth on the back. Yeah. Like, the spring-themed, when I was seeing those, I was like, oh, a spring's coming up. Like, that's not necessarily a specific holiday, but it's like a time frame for the year, when things are growing again. And specifically because I'm into the whole cleric and like druidy aspect idea, the spring stuff appeals to me because I'm like, ooh, it's like health, it's life, it's cool.
Right. To
Easter Bunny.
Piggyback off that idea, I do want to see that. I mentioned in one of my last videos, update video, I want to see something towards the lighter side, like divine, or like a holy, like a Templar-ish type of themed, where everything's not so dark and gritty and
yeah.
Well, see, that's kind of down the lines of the ones I wanted them to circle back around to, like that Paladin Guardian feel. I really liked that one.
Yeah. I've been looking at a lot of them and I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like, this is cool for this reason, but like, that's the only reason. I mean, the only other one I've liked recently was the whole treehouse one that Z was on for with us.
The Valentine's one? That's one?
The one right before that, with the house, the elven structure that was like in the tree, I think.
Yeah, I think that was, the Valentine's Day.
It had
was
that
that?
big,
the February one.
I thought that was all like, oh, maybe it was, okay. I don't know, the main thing I'm remembering from Valentine's Day is like the red ring and then like a bunch of the other stuff that I was like, I don't know, the ring looks cool.
Yeah, because that was because we titled that episode of a lovely treehouse.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a really awesome treehouse.
Yeah, the squirrel is from before. Yeah, super cute. But
Squirrel.
speaking of things from Z, I'm just gonna kind of mess things up a little bit because we're just casually chatting this week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw up Z's fan art that I found.
Yes, Doug. Squirrel.
Let's see. This media fan art Friday. Z's terrifying monster that I love.
Cone of shame.
Was it the little beetle thing? Or I don't
No,
remember.
it's that, like, remember one of the first videos where, like, you go into a dungeon and then there's, like, a flower, but the thing eats you?
Oh yeah, it has a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw.
Z
Yeah,
made a clay one, and I
I
think
saw
the
that.
monster is terrifying, but the flower is so pretty.
Yeah,
It is.
that's really nice.
Well, see, that's how it works. You go after the pretty flower, like, oh wow, that's so
Mhm.
neat.
Then chomp, your armor's gone.
No.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, that's not what I was expecting. I was expecting a flower. You learned. You learned.
Right.
Piranha
Don't venture
flower.
off alone.
Corona flower? Oh, jeez.
Piranha. Like the
Oh,
fish.
piranha flower. Why did I hear corona flower? I was like, oh, jeez, let's not go down that way.
Got sickness on the brain.
He got the big lips. He does. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. He does, yeah.
He has some really interesting creations.
I'm just very excited to see more of what they come up with because, like, some of these monsters I've never really seen before. Some of them remind me of, like, the Murlocs from, like, this one kind of reminds me a little bit like the Murlocs from World of Warcraft, but, like, a much better version, I guess, in my mind. Like, I'm actually terrified of these things. A lot are based on real life animals, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's really, really cool because that's clearly like an anglerfish.
Yeah.
An anglefish?
Anglefish.
Yeah, they live deep
I wanna see
down.
that. I want to see an anglefish.
Yeah, pangolin, yeah. So, like, these are just, like, really, really cool just to see, like, you know.
Warrior, yeah.
Otter is an otter.
There's an otter.
In case you didn't know.
Yeah, and what's that other one? The lizard? The lizard mount?
Yeah.
Scale call?
Off the iguana. Yeah, the scale runner, I think.
Yeah.
Iguana thingy. It's like an iguana and a what's the dragon? What's the dragon thing called?
What Wimward?
Komodo dragon.
Komodo dragon.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, Komodo dragon.
Yeah. There you go.
Like-
brain fart.
Truffle totter.
Baby with tiny wings. Truffle.
We call it Cupid.
Cupid, yes. But yeah, I'm just excited. I don't know. I think one of the things I'm looking forward most with the upcoming QAs is just being able to be back in, like, the world. Like, Alpha Zero is really amazing, and I still have had, like, that, like, but I want to play Ashes and I can't, like, feeling for, like, a long time with it, you know? And I feel like this is gonna feed back into it, but I hope that, I hope they end up deciding to do testing for longer periods than, like, a day or a weekend or something.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be nice.
It feels like even with the BR gone, like, I feel same way. Like, at least I could have logged in and looked at the world for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was something there, whether it was exactly what you wanted or not, there was something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But hey, Lolly, yeah, I got into Alpha Zero for like a minute, but I had to work, so I think I had literally like 30 minutes, maybe an hour at playtime, and
Yeah.
that was it. That was.
But
was
even
all I
then,
could get in
it's like, oh, it's so nice, you know, to be in the game.
But, yeah, ironically, there were connection issues and patch issues and all that for another 2 hours where I could have played.
Yeah.
So I sat there
Yeah.
watching it and waiting and updating and waiting and logging in and getting kicked off and logging in and getting kicked off.
Yeah.
Yeah, A0 wasn't, for me at least, it wasn't really playing. It was just stuttering and
Well,
lag and
even like the smallest
you're
tidbits,
there
though.
to like
you
test
know.
stuff, so it was, I
Yeah.
expected what I expected.
Windmill boss. Windmill
Yeah.
boss.
Windmill boss.
Yeah, and I got stuck under the world, and yeah, it was just bad.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, nobody really missed out on it on much
Yeah.
with not playing. You're like, you missed out on being teased with the game, pretty much.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. But also, they've made things a million times better since then.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
like,
Oh, Lord.
Visually, it improved. There's no more like shiny oiliness to the buildings and statues.
Yeah.
Which was kind of overkill in A0. It was like, are we cooking eggs on these things? Because it was too tiny. It was just, oh god.
The more places you can cook eggs, the better. Okay.
Like fried some chicken on the statue's head.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, see, now we're talking. That sounds like my kind of world.
It was a little too cartoony though in A0, like some of the architecture.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they fleshed it out a little bit better.
yeah, tons. Way better.
But yeah, all in all, I think while it might have been cool to be a part of A0 for a lot of people, it's gonna be much more awesome to be part of Alpha 1, where there's more things like actually structured out and fixed, and clearly they're able to run around in the MMO, as you saw in the beginning and also in their last live feed. So much better approved upon. As well as the only thing that I was ever jealous about not being able to play was the things that they showed off at PAX, where they had like that little arena area.
Oh, the guided quest and whatnot.
They had the guided quest, but they also had like a little arena area with like
PvP
a pillar.
arenas.
Yeah, and I was just like, where's that at? I want to play that. Like, where's that?
Yeah.
But I think that was a
waving my
PAX
hands
only
for that,
thing.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because those were beautiful. Like,
Yeah, I was
they
jealous.
were
I was like,
beautiful then. Imagine how improved they are now. Like,
right. Oh man, I just see, and that's how you know, like, we're like a few of the OGs. We're just like, we're so excited about the old things that we're getting more excited about the new things, because we're just like, oh.
Yeah. Like,
But-
looking back at those first pass of the skills from that time,
Oh yeah.
and then seeing them.
Oh, yeah, they were rough.
Like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, they were a rough first pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that too, Lolly. That's actually the more sad reason why I was sad about the APOC thing being more of a BR, because I was like, ooh, that's gonna be a PvP thing, and they're like, yeah, it's gonna be like BR, and I'm like,
Oh,
that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for arena type.
Yeah, definitely. They could have made that the Forest of Arinthia a small arena, honestly.
uh-huh.
Yeah,
Like
that would have been
capture the
nice.
flag, like that little portal in the middle.
I would have been
Capture
down
the
for that.
flag,
I love capture
or
the
King of the
flag.
Hill or something, or
Yeah.
yeah, like it could have just been a very controlled arena, honestly.
But I feel like there's a lot that has to go in there with like capture the flag. I mean, we technically had capture the flag aspects
In Siege, right?
in the Castle Siege
Test,
test, but it was still very rough. Like, that was a very rough test. Like, oof. I only got to try it once, and then it was like, never again. But
Never again.
we have some
Yeah, I missed out on
community-
that one.
Oh yeah, because you're working.
Because work sucks.
But we have some really cool things from the Ashes forums in our community spotlight this week. We have a node system. Will the node system discourage exploration by DarthAden?
Yeah, there was
and-
a fairly big discussion on that one.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Do you think the node system would discourage exploration? Like, the idea that you're trying to build up this specific node instead of like going off and exploring?
No.
No, I don't think it will at all.
I
Like
think it might in
the
the
initial-
beginning a little bit.
Yeah, well, the initial assumption that I think was it DarthAden was going on was that if you are trying to be a resident of one node and you're trying to build that up, but then you want to go questing and exploring, you're going to earn experience elsewhere, which is going to mean you're not giving it to your node.
Yeah.
But I think they missed out on a few key things. Like when a city's just barely forming, it's on like stage 1. There's not going to be much else around, so it doesn't even matter if you miss out on that one. By the time it gets to stage 3, it becomes a master node, and then everything around it, when you're questing in there, it's going to feed the experience back to it. And just as it levels up more and more, like you get to node stage 5, and suddenly it has the master node, and then it has slave nodes around it, and then slave nodes around it, or vassals rather is the term they're using, like vassals.
Slave.
We're not promoting slavery here. Unless you're a Tolnar, then you can wipe down stuff.
Oh no.
It's all right, they're animal people.
Oh no.
But
pity on the demigods. Pity on the demigods.
Yeah.
Or demis.
So I'm used to like tech terms like master and slave hard drive and such. So
yeah, I agree with Virtek on this. You're one player. Your XP matters, but for you to have a huge impact, just one player, I don't think it's gonna really mean that much in the overall scheme of things.
Yeah, and see, that's why I said maybe only in the beginning it might affect it a little bit. Because, like, initially you're going to be like, okay, let's try to, like, because they said the first level is going to be, like, within, I think, hours. And then the second level, I think, is, like, days or weeks or something like that. And then it keeps exponentially rising. So, like, I think initially it would make sense that it would be like, okay, well, this is where I want to, like, get a lot of my, like, XP going into this node specifically. So I don't really want to go too far away from it. But I think down the line, like, no, because as somebody who wants to do things like crafting, like, armor and stuff like that with tailoring and such, I need to go out and explore and figure out where things are. Plus, there's nodes, and I think Lolly was hitting on this too as well, that there will always be people who explore, and if they find something interesting, they'll tell other people. So people still explore and go other places. But I think that, along with, like, raids and mats and stuff like that, people are gonna have that desire to need to go out and explore and figure out, okay, well, it's been 2 weeks, now it's fall, where do I get this resource now? Or is this a spring or only resource? Do I need to travel to find somewhere else that's spring? Is there gonna be more of that there? Things like that.
Yeah, you also got to figure like once some metropolises, metropoli, use that metropoli. Once metropoli get established, and metros, but once the bigger like node tiers start getting established and people are hanging around there a lot, newbies joining the game and veteran players making new characters are going to be heading directly for the big cities, right? Like fairly quickly. So they're going to get there, and then there's going to be all these enemies and all these quests you're going to pick up in that big city because that's where the people are. You want to get to where other players are. You don't want to hang around. I mean, there are some people that will, don't get me wrong, but the majority of others want to play the MMO to be around other people that are playing the MMO.
Right.
So they're only going to be out alone on their own to literally explore and or just see if they can forage on their own. But the majority of the gaming experience is going to be get to the city where the people are so I can buy things, I can sell things, I can pick up quests, I can meet people, I can party with people.
Right.
So you get there and there's going to be creatures and monsters of adequate level outside the city. People are going to be killing for quests on a continual basis. There's always going to be an experience flowing in.
Right.
We have to take into account as well that Ash is a ever-evolving world. So if you have a group of 15 plus players exploring the land, and you have this other group of players on the other side of the map who are building up this city / town / metro, whatever, and these other players that ventured off first are like, hey, no, there's this dungeon nearby, or there's this node resource nearby, or there's this really awesome landscape nearby that'll give bonuses. We should stop giving XP to that place and move all of our civilization here. And it'll be interesting to see that sort of seesaw effect of, what area is better for metro and which one isn't, or which metro should we abandon and go try to restart civilization again.
Right.
Like Lally said, it's going to be a huge map, so that's going to be a real possibility to do. And also, I was reading the comments on that post, and Jalan made a good point. He says, there are times where nodes are going to be growth stunted due to being locked out by a neighboring node, and when a node becomes part of the vassal system. So you're going to have one metro trying to build up, but then it's going to be stunted because, like I said, there's going to be another group building up nearby. And that's where the conflict comes into play of like, hey, you're taking away our fun over here. We're going to go and bulldoze your town.
Yeah. Well, there's also, you got to take into account, as Lali even said, that the map is going to be very, very large, and with people just exploring and getting random little bits of experience here or there, nodes lose experience with a constant decay.
Yeah.
So somebody would literally have to be exploring that specific area and doing many things in that area for it to even retain any modicum of experience points to level it up at all, let alone enough to really worry about to compete with your home, stage 3 or stage 2 or whatever area that people are actively hanging around.
Right.
And we might not even want the first node that pops up. Say it's a militaristic node, and people are like, it's too close to your starting town and it's a militaristic. We don't want that. We want an economic node. It'll make more sense to new players to come here or just be a central hub. So, let's knock this down. Let's move somewhere else, type of thing. But
yeah, there's going to be a lot of ghost towns.
yeah. But I feel really bad for the first couple of waves that start to build homes inside those towns and cities. And then all of a sudden, politics come into play and people up and leave. Then you have the atrophy that happens. I feel bad for those first couple people who settle in that town. Like, I really wanted this to be my home.
Yeah, start really investing time and money into it. Start renting that apartment or that manor or whatever it turns out to be.
Yeah.
They get a jerk of a governor in there or mayor and.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're out. Bye.
Or taxes get too high.
Yeah.
Like, peace out.
Speaking of large maps, Cougar, I think is how you say that one. Coug 4R did a little bit of a framework for the Alpha 1 early preview map. Now, what I'm about to show you is extremely tiny in comparison. In fact, it took my computer, though it is a beast, a moment to actually load this, but based off of mini maps and screenshots, they were able to figure out like this kind of mapature for it a little bit. So I thought that was really cool, and Virtek can throw the link in there for you real quick for you guys to check out the actual map in all its glory.
That was a lot of information to unpack.
Yeah.
Yes, this was an intense post.
Yeah, you would need an entire show and many, many more guests to analyze this map.
Yes.
It's just a lot of information to dissect. It's very well thought out. Like, I'm really excited to see the accuracy of this once we actually have hands-on experience with the game.
Yeah, and for those that haven't seen that post yet, it's definitely worth a look because there's some side-by-side comparisons of specific areas that people passed through before and again this time around. Like they took a very similar path for a lot of the stuff, so you can actually see what they have done to improve the appearances of the area from then until now.
Right.
Actually, really, really neat.
It's this is the best post I've ever seen on the forums. I don't know about you guys. I thought it was like super neat when Virtek showed it to me. I was just like, we need to throw that into our podcast today because that looked like a ton of work. just to be able to map it out like that. It's just something like that. I don't know. I just appreciate the time that it takes to look through mini maps and kind of see where they're going and be able to match up the photos of different areas in the mini map. I mean, if you look at it, like, some of the roads line up really well, and I'm just like, that's kind of what impressed me. This on the screen is a map made by Cougar on the Ashes forums, which we just tweeted out a link to as well, so if you want to grab that later.
I would hate Cougar to be a private investigator. These roads match these pictures. Oh my God.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
But yeah, that map actually is stunning work, really. Like, I took a lot of time to sit there and match all that stuff up and build a pathway out of mini map images.
Yeah. That is very impressive. And it kind of, I mean, to be honest, that a little bit, I mean, I know I said I'm excited to play, but that excited me a little bit more to play, because I'm just like, ooh, this feels a little bit more tangible. I can kind of get an idea of where they went. Like, oh, I'm excited. But yeah.
But yeah, like as you were saying, there's definitely a long time that could be spent just reading through and examining what this person has already done. Cougar, hats off to you for putting in all that time and effort.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
My lord.
Indeed. In other news, Ashes posted about something that the two of you are clearly lacking. Which is beards.
Oh,
I got a little bit of something. Who have you been talking to? Yeah, I know when the first beard post came out, everyone was like, "That was so weak. It was so weak."
What is
nothing.
this even?
Yeah, those beards were meh. The second posting was really awesome, though.
Yeah. They finally got some real beards.
Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, when you're out adventuring in this world, it's huge. Like, it could take weeks to explore everything. You don't have time to stop and get a little trim. You know?
You can't stop by the barber on your way to glory.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's a new world.
Who does that? But they were pretty good. I think the character model is what astonished me more than the beard. Seeing the character model advancement so far is really, really awesome. I can't wait till character creation to delve into that.
Goatee no stash is where it's at, says Lolly.
Well, I wouldn't know. I can't grow facial hair. So.
Aww.
Rip.
Womp. It's like my best friend back home. Every once in a while when I see him, I'm like, "Oh, hey, look, you're starting to grow a mustache." He goes, "Yeah, it's about a month and a half in progress." Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Looks like about a 14-year-old that just started growing a little bit of peach fuzz.
Yeah, like it would take me at least 2-3 months to get what you have, Virtek.
Oh, this is like a week. Oh,
this little
one hair at a time.
Oh.
This little piece right here. That's it.
Aww.
Womp womp.
I'm trying to
if I don't
show
shave
you
for like
guys
a week,
these
this all
beards.
looks like that.
Sad face. I wonder. Okay, so those beards and mustaches, are those going to be the same ones we see on female dwarfs as well?
I wonder, maybe. I don't know. They look pretty good. I mean, the second one, I can't show you guys. I'm trying. It's saving it as a GIF, even though my computer says it's saving it as a JPEG. And OBS won't open it. So, yeah. I don't know why. It's JIFF, and I'm like, thanks.
It's alright. It's alright.
But yeah, the second one looks a lot more dwarfish with the two pieces coming out this way and the little beads at the bottom. It's maybe like beginner dwarf beard, but still a dwarf beard. Braids with jewelry for the ladies. Exactly.
Must have bows.
Must have bows.
Oh my god.
They also had pajama day, which isn't too hard to
That was
do from home currently with the whole COVID staying at home. But they took a little photo of all of them in a group chat, like we are for Zoom, for example, and all of them are in their PJs. And I like how a couple of them are like wearing the face masks.
Yeah. And you know what? I actually wanted to go back and look at that image again. Like, was the one person, were they wearing like VR goggles for the conference?
That's what it looks like, yes.
Because I don't know. As I clobber my mic, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, me. I'll have to fix that later.
It was a good photo, though. It was a really good photo. I'm glad that they're able to find some positivity.
Yeah, I agree. Let me see if I did it now. Did I do it? Are you guys saved? I did it. Okay, well, here's them wearing PJs at the very least. I feel like you need to see this part. Here you go. Wear your PJs to work day.
I got a pair of Stitch PJs.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have to ask them where they got that one so we can get you a better sized one.
Yeah, right.
We got one. It was like for adult meal, and we got it, and I was like, "No, this isn't."
I even it was from an Asian source, so I was like, I even sized up. I got an extra large, and the legs of the pants come like halfway up my calf.
That's awesome.
Okay. Did I get the beards? I got the beards, guys. I got the beards. Here's the beards.
You're getting all the stuff. Look at that.
I figured it out.
Yeah, there we go.
Have you unbroken it?
Ah, thank you. I have unbroken it, yes. I have to save it, and even though it says it's saving it as a JPEG, I have to name the end of the file .jpeg, and then save it as a JPEG, and then it saves it as a proper JPEG. So
okay.
Weird, I know, but you know, what are you gonna do?
Type in JPEG.
Thank you so much for the follow there. Super great guy. We appreciate that. Wearing PJs now. They have dogs and sweaters now. Aw, that's cute. Aww. Yes. Oh, I don't think you guys want Virtek to go get his PJs on.
Virtek in PJs.jpg.
That is
next podcast. I'll rock the Stitch PJs.
My God.
Whenever you ask for it.
Will you?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, if you're rocking Stitch, I'll rock the unicorn then.
Wait, the unicorn. All right. Do it. Pajama cast.
PJ cast. Whoever is our guest, I'm challenging you to wear PJs with us.
Or a onesie.
Oof. If we get apparently if we get Reckless on, he'll be wearing a robe.
Yeah. Who is he casting with? Yeah, he recorded with who?
Oh,
BCG? Yeah. They're rocking robes.
Hopefully he's got clothes underneath.
Right?
Or trunks or something.
Fingers crossed.
Something. Please don't TOS us. Thank you.
Maybe it'll be pixelated enough it won't really matter. Self-censor.
We also...
No.
Oh jeez.
Oh,
no.
Please.
Them's my jammies.
Oh jeez. Why did you make a whip sound with it?
That's what happens when you pull the waistband out and let it snap back.
Oh, okay.
Oh God. Wow.
Moving forward, we have the king and I. I have to resize this though, because now it's like humongous for the screen.
Humongous.
Which, there was no comments on it when Miss Toast asked, but it seemed interesting enough. So here is the photo.
Yeah, I like seeing all the art.
Yeah. No, I'm just asking.
Yeah, I like that piece. I think I asked the artist if they're supposed to be lovers, or if it was just.
I really want to know what's up with like the pets also, because they both have a little creature on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is
And with
supposed to be
the-
pre-ashes, I guess.
Pop quiz, what's the difference between a turtle and a tortoise? Because I don't know.
One's smaller. I don't know.
But I think it was Nagash specifically said, hey, nice tortoise. I like it. But
Nice.
Tortoise? I thought that was
yeah, that's very
Turtle is cooler
purposefully
than
set
Wally.
on a knee.
turtle.
So
Yeah.
But
I
it's
thought
really
this-
nice. I like that.
yeah.
Mackie's over there thinking, what is the difference?
Yeah, I'm like,
Turtles can be ninjas. There you go. That's the difference.
Oh,
this-
yeah, that's fair.
That picture, are they elves or are they humans? Are those ears pointed on that guy?
You know, I can't really tell if
The
that
blue.
how small that is.
Blue.
Looks very human.
Yeah, the
If they're
guy in the
pointed,
blue
they're
has
very
the normal.
curvy point.
So this
Yeah.
could be human.
Major difference between the two is the tortoises dwell on land while turtles live in water. Ooh, the more you know.
Okay.
So
No,
Sorry,
wait,
just
oh,
ran-
look at that.
like the turn.
That's not elfish enough.
Yeah, it's not. My first thought when you said it could be human ears was you said pre-ashes. I'm thinking.
Well,
maybe
he
one of
says
the
it's
five-
pre-ashes.
Maybe one of the five
Yeah, one of the elder races.
kingdoms. Because there were five kingdoms in the old era that answered to one king. So this could be one of them.
Oh, he responded to you with like, what?
Yeah, he was like, huh? I'm like, never mind.
Never mind. Remove the question.
Yeah.
Willy Wonka said, strike that, reverse it.
But yeah, I mean, they look really good. Also, there's a fanfic by Jamation. The Hidden Source, Chapter
Yeah.
0. Soul
I'm happy there's another story out there. Like Grant Thor's got his dragon stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one now. I got to get caught up with Grant Thor.
Grandor?
Actually, I haven't read the last couple of posts she's made. I feel
Yeah.
bad about it.
Oh.
But then this one also, I just found it today, and I feel kind of sad because it was posted like forever ago. Well, 10 days ago. Close enough, yeah.
Forever ago.
In foreign
Very much.
timelines, that's forever
Right.
ago.
Because I came across it as well, but I never clicked on it because I was like, oh, I'll get to it later.
Yeah, see, that's what I do. Well, I'll get to reading that later, you know. At
Yeah.
least I know it's there now. And then a
Yeah.
week later, I go, oh yeah, I'll get to reading that tomorrow because now I'm reminded that I need to read it because I found it a week ago.
So did you read it as well, Chibi?
I have not read any of these yet.
Okay.
I've been.
But you read it, right, Virtek? You said?
No, I started to. I read like the first half of the first post.
I skimmed.
Okay.
I haven't read it. I skimmed. Yeah.
So I read all of this within like a span of 5 minutes.
You were telling us.
Reader.
So I'll paraphrase some things that I thought were really interesting about this story. And if the author is somehow in chat or sees this, I want some answers. I do like the perspective he's coming from because it's it's Sanctus, basically, perspective from Sanctus. I thought that was really neat. Some lordship bits, the god Shoal, he got that right. He's the god of truth, but we don't know what race worships him.
Yeah.
Or it could just be a universal god. But he never mentions also the race of these people. He doesn't describe them like ears or anything like that. It's very vague. But I like that as well because it keeps everything kind of mysterious, and you can kind of insert whatever race you want into these characters. And then just do another, I guess, spoiler. He does say that the society is militaristic. So my guess would be they're Empyrean or some kind of Quebec work to narrow it down for myself.
Interesting.
So yeah,
Mhm.
but it was a really good story. You guys need to check it out. It's basically perspective of a young boy in Sanctus telling his story about loss and friendship. Yeah, it's really, really good, and
It's adorable. I like
chapter
it.
0.
Like I said, I I just skimmed real quick, so I had a vague idea of what was being said, but I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah, I got far enough into the first post that I got interested and said I gotta read the rest of this.
He got far enough, he was like, I like this. This is going in the...
yeah.
And here I am over here like, I gotta read this.
I gotta finish 5 minutes.
We're gonna quiz you. Ready? Here we go.
And you're like, oh yeah, that's cool. Next.
That's the thing. I don't know. I've always been kind of a slow reader though myself.
I kind of also, he just showed it to me today, so like I didn't have prior knowledge to it, so yeah. With cooking and everything else I was doing, I was like, oh, I have time to like look through it real quick. But yeah,
it's good. I recommend reading it to your viewers. It's really, really good.
Yeah. Also, I think I'm gonna just like comment and just drop our YouTube link when this gets uploaded. Just be like, hi, we liked your stuff. Mackie has questions.
I have a lot of questions.
Simorg, how are you? Simorg. Sim, we'll just call you Sim.
Simorg.
That's it, I'm done. Sim.
With an O.
Simorg.
Leave me alone, guys. I'm trying. But yeah, so Mackie, any final thoughts on our conversation as we're coming up to our 1 hour here?
Final thoughts. Super excited for the next live stream on the 30th from Ashes.
Yes. Freeholds, check it out.
Sent a lot of questions to many people in the dev team, so hopefully somebody answers them.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I like these discussions, especially about lore and seeing the fan fictions that are coming out from the community. I think I said this on Simorg's cast.
okay.
Where you know, the Intrepid team could basically take the fan fiction that's already out there and incorporate it into their overarching stories or side quests, and they could honestly have content for this game for many, many months or years if they wanted.
Yeah. And actually, one question I wanted to get out to you is, let's assume somebody out there is just approaching the game right meow, right? They're just approaching Ashes altogether, and they want to dig into the lore deep. Where would you say to start? Like, just go to the wiki, or do you have like other like treasure troves of digging up info?
Okay, so I do like the wiki. The search, you can just type in whatever subject you want and it'll pop up. The only problem I have is it doesn't put it in a timeline. There's no order. So you honestly have to scour through wiki pages to find what happened before this, what happens next, kind of thing. So I would recommend just one, get with a content creator, or find a content creator that has lore pieces or articles from the Ashes forums, and read about it. I would start with the Ashes forums and go from there. Like that whole infographic we had from Ruvadia, I think it was, on the forums. Look at that infographic if you just want a brief overview of races, classes, what Ashes is about. That whole infographic is amazing for new people.
Oh, that was
Ruvadia,
Ravuk or
yeah.
Something in there. I know I have it on a post still hanging out here. I'll get it pulled up in a moment. But, yeah, because I know I would totally recommend somebody checking out all of your videos. But I know there are also some people out there who are more addicted to the reading part of it. Like they want to actually have it in front of them to read it instead.
Yeah. Like Woodchip said, you can go on the Pathfinder charity and read that. But that's going to be kind of confusing for new players. I would recommend that Pathfinder's charity campaigns for people who have been following the game for a while.
Or if you're looking for more afterwards, maybe. Thank you.
If you're looking for just simple summarizations and you don't like reading, just go to my channel and you'll find some stuff that you might like.
Very good videos.
my final question to you is, what one thing from anything Ashes, it could be like dev diaries, it could be the node information that they were having pop out. What one thing are you looking most forward to seeing continue in the near future?
The blog posts that they were supposed to keep putting out. We're still missing the religious node and the militaristic node blog posts, and also them to continue those lore diaries that kind of just stopped after Delia's diary.
Yeah.
So I would like to see something like that put out a little bit more. Again, like Woodchip said, nodes 3, but that'll come when it comes.
Eventually. They're like soon, and then it never came, and we're like,
but definitely those little community posts, those diary posts that give us a little bit more insight into this world that we're going to be entering. And I know that they want to keep lore close to the chest and have us explore and uncover it. But I mean, it's really frustrating because we need something more.
Really curious to see how the Alpha 1 testing is going to go with trying to keep as much lore as possible behind the mysterious curtains still. But
I wonder if there's going to be like blinked out things, like you're going to be talking to so-and-so about blank. And then you go and talk to them, but you click like the blank thing. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Woodchip, thank you.
Wow.
Woodchip, holy moly.
I appreciate that. Redacted.
Dear sir.
Right. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Just like
we appreciate you, Woodchip. Right. I mean, that's how I feel about it, at least, that I could imagine it being like that. So, yeah, alright, cool. So, aside from that, you can find Maki on...
You can find me on YouTube, you can find me on the Ashes forums, you can find me on SoundCloud, you can find me on Twitch under Makinoji. So yeah, I'm pretty much everywhere I can be. It's not hard to find me.
Okay, and we'll have all of his links down below in the video description for those of you on YouTube.
And on a quick side note, sorry.
Yeah.
You were saying about lore, where to look. So I would suggest also Sunfrog.
Yeah, Sunfrog's good for lore too. Sorry. They just asked, Lolly just asked if Maki was on Tinder.
Unfortunately, I'm not, because I am engaged.
Maki is taken, for those of you crushing on him.
And it wouldn't be on Tinder, it would be on Grindr.
Ooh.
Just,
the more you know. Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Be sure to check out be sure to check out Maki on Twitter and the forum post if you want to see more of his work, as well as
on
YouTube
all of
channel.
the things except for Tinder.
All the things, clearly.
Oh my god.
We'll have his links down below to the things that I shared that some of you were able to get a sneak peek at, but like not be able to hear. I'm sorry. I'll figure out what's going on with my OBS later, but be sure to go check out those videos because they're pretty cool. So, all right.
Go check out Sunfrog too.
Yes, Sunfrog is awesome too. Yes, he did an interesting video on freeholds that we covered last week. That was really cool. Well, the last week we were on, rather. But we'll see you guys next week after the live cast, and thank you so much for joining us.
Bye, guys.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Oh my god.